For those of you who have been a little curious, let's talk about Canvas Studio. This is a great media tool that's built right inside of Canvas and allows students and instructors to upload, create, edit, manage, share, and discuss around some audio and video files. So it's really allowing you guys to move past putting videos in your Canvas course and kids just watching these videos to creating more of an interactive video learning experiences with those videos. So you can do that in a couple of different ways, such as creating discussions around those videos that are in your course now. You can add questions that will show up along the timeline of your video, or you can annotate and add information to your video by using this new tool that is built right inside of Canvas. So let's start with this discussion around your video. So you can do this by embedding comments that are going to show up in the timeline of your video. So just like when you guys have discussions in class, both the teachers and the students can talk in class. The same thing happens, but this is now an online video discussion. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So this would be a page in your Canvas course. You might have a little bit of text, and before we would have a video in here maybe that goes along with the text. So now you see the blue dots here, and that is where discussion has been added. So this one you see has 2 comments, and you see the blue dots coming up here. And you see how that discussion pops up right here to the side. And if you click on that, it will highlight that in the thread for you. You can keep pushing play, and then as more comments are in there, you can see again how every time a comment is gone across, it pops up right to the right of your screen here. And you can see that, and it will take you to it in the line if you click on it. So then you as the teacher, so I've added these 2 comments, you add the comments in there, and then your students can reply to those comments. And it will keep posting those right along the stream there. So that's adding a discussion to your video in Canvas. You can also add questions into the timeline of your video, and that is using the quiz feature in Canvas Studio. So this would be, in order to get it in your grade book, you would make this as an assignment. And when you get on this page, you can see there are questions right inside the video. So this might have been before the video started, you wanted them to gauge what they knew. And then they can keep watching the video. And those questions will pop up that you have embedded in here. And there's that next question, and I can either rewatch that you saw or answer the question and keep moving. So that is adding questions using the quiz feature. You can also annotate your video. So right down here, I'm going to hit play, and you can see annotating, and you saw this in an earlier video, in the quiz video. You can add just this black screen that comes up, and you can add a heading here. You can add what they're supposed to know, put some content in there, and you can also hyperlink out to something else. So all that can be added using the annotation feature within Canvas Studio. And then what's really great about this is within Canvas Studio, you can analyze and evaluate how students are doing. So those are insights. And anytime you add that video feature, you can look at the insights about that. And what it really tells you when you click on insights here is you can look at it by your whole class, or you can look at it one person at a time. And what it really lets you do, like you saw how on that quiz one, I just jumped to the video where the questions were. Well, when you're clicking on where your students have seen, so that's whole class versus just one student, what you can see is where these students have watched the video. So if they're jumping straight to where the dots are, that shows up there, and you can see that they just viewed those parts of the movie or of the video. You can also change that to where the kids don't see where the questions are going to be. So you've got some different settings in there, but those insights are great because it lets you see what parts are the video are students watching. And then it gives you, if it's a quiz, it lets you see the score of those. So that data is really helpful within Canvas Studio. So let's talk a little bit about where do you find it? So there are 2 places where you will see Canvas Studio. So one is on the far left-hand side. You see that Canvas Studio icon. These are videos and content, audio. It could be podcasts. So I keep saying video a lot. I don't want you to forget that Canvas Studio can be video or audio, like in your podcast. So those are housed for all of your courses over here to the far left-hand side. So I'll call this the Canvas toolbar. So again, these are video, audio, and video for all of your courses. And then you will also see it within your individual courses, like your first period class. This would be Canvas Studio videos that you only assign to that one class. So this is all content and then videos just for the specific class. So this is where it is stored and edited, versus if you want to add something, add the video, add the audio to a page, you're going to do that within the rich content editor. So here you've got like a page open, you click the, what is this called? The extensions tab. I'm sorry, the little plug here, and you will see Canvas Studio pop up there. So in any page where you have Canvas, the rich content editor, you can click the plug, click Canvas Studio, and add those videos to any page. Doing this does not automatically put that into a graded assignment. Okay, this is just adding content to a page. Think about like your discussion that we just talked about. If you want something like the quiz questions, the grade on that to show up in Gradebook, you will need to create an assignment. Okay, so here we're in an assignment page. You have your instructions up here. And when you come down to the submission type, you will go to external tool and select Canvas Studio, and then follow the prompts to add the quiz there. So I'll walk you through that, but I wanted you to see that you will notice Canvas Studio popping up in a couple of places. Remember, in your toolbars over here for storage and adding the videos when you first find them. But if you want to get them into a page or get them into your gradebook, you'll need to add it in your rich content editor or add it as an assignment. And again, we will walk all through that. So let's go ahead and get started. What you need to get started is a video. It can be a recorded class instruction, like maybe here I am in Zoom. You could be recording that and add that into Canvas. You might be breaking down those lessons into bite-sized pieces or demonstrating a skill and recording yourself, or you can simply go find one on YouTube. So that's what we're going to start with, finding a video. I'm going to go to YouTube to get this. So here I've just got my sales video, copy that link. Okay, we've got our video. Then we need to upload that to Canvas Studio. So actually, I'm going to go get a different video that I haven't used before. Let's do ecosystems. There we go. Sorry, I'm going to get this link. Okay, so now let's go back to Canvas Studio and we are going to upload it. So we found the video first. Now let's upload it. Remember, we upload all of our content over here in Canvas Studio. So once I'm in Canvas Studio, you see the add and you see the record option over here. So you can record straight from within Canvas Studio, but we're just going to add a video we already have, and we're going to paste that link to add our video. You see, if you have one already, you can just go find that file. So you have both of those options, and here it is, that ecosystem video. So that's it. Find the video, whether it's on your computer recorded already or the link. When you click add, you will find the options to either paste the link in or go find that file on your computer. So now it is added in Canvas Studio. So let's go back to the class. Once you have the video, you now have 3 options here. You can annotate that video. You can make it a quiz and add questions to that video, or you can add it to a page and create a discussion around that video. So let's start with the first one. We're going to annotate that video. Remember, that's where you add the little black screen and you can add a headline or text about it or hyperlink out to something else. So if you want to annotate, in the Canvas toolbar, that's over here, you're going to click the 3 dots and then click annotate. So let's walk through that. In Canvas Studio, I find the video that I want and I click the 3 dots, and they're right there, annotate video. And now I can start at the beginning or I can move the timer wherever I want, but I want you to notice when the video is playing, you don't see the plus. You have to pause it so it finds that moment and then you click the plus to add your headline. Ecosystems, it could be vocabulary word. Like you just heard ecosystem and then you can add the definition or think about. You can have any text you want there. And you can link out to another website. Sorry about that. Another. They wanted to find more information. And of course, I would give a more specific link. But there you go. And HTTP. There you go. Sorry about that. You see, it had to be that full website, the whole thing, not just a piece of it. Good to know. So now that is in there and we can say we're done. You can add as many videos, as many annotation cards as you want within a video. So you see I've added one. You could keep moving. Every time you hear a vocab word, you can keep adding another. It could be a question, something to ponder, but every time you want to have that black string come up where it's prompting kids to think, giving them a definition, however you'd want to use that annotation, it kind of makes them pause and look at that before they continue on the movie. So once you're finished, click done, and now all of your annotations are there. All right, if you want to do something else other than annotate a video. So we've got our videos. Now we want to maybe add a question to that video, create a quiz. So we're going to go back to that Canvas toolbar, click the three dots, but click the quiz feature. And you got to remember to pause that video where you're ready to add a question. So let's go back to Canvas Studio. You see, I'm making all of my edits here, my three dots. I saw the annotate. Or we can do a quiz. And I want you to notice that these videos here, these don't have that little rocket ship, but this one down here has it. So I've created a quiz with this video. That's one way that you can tell the difference. So ecosystem quiz. So you see here, you can hide the question markers. So if you notice that your kids keep going to only the part where the questions are and you don't want them to do that, hide that question marker. So see, there's a plus if I want to start off, or I can watch the video when I get to a point where I'm comfortable. You got to pause it.
Why they matter to you and me.
You've got to pause it to be able to add a question. What is an ecosystem? So you've got a couple of different multiple choice, multiple answer, true or false. Sorry, I'm going to go back and let's do, sorry, discard that. Let's go back and do true or false. We live in an ecosystem. And you see you can give question feedback for a correct answer, for an incorrect answer. Or it could be, remember, an ecosystem is, or we do, everyone lives in an ecosystem. Whatever feedback you would like to give them based on their answer. Your question's been added there, we can see, and we can keep on to the next part of the video. Remember, I have to click pause in order to add a question. Oh, sorry about that. How many ecosystems are there? 3, 4. And you see which one it's saying the correct answer is. So you have to identify which is your correct answer. None of those are right, but You see you can shuffle your choices. If you're worried about kids being side by side, you still got your question feedback. And then you add that question there. And you can keep going throughout the whole video. When you're done, click done. And now you see the rocket ship. So it lets me know that that also has a quiz created for that video. Okay, let's go back in and see what else we can do. So we've got our annotation. You've got a quiz with questions embedded. Creating a discussion as soon as you add, that's what we'll do next. We're gonna go talk about creating a discussion. So that's the easiest thing to do. You're gonna add the video to a page. Remember, a discussion, just like a discussion in class, it's not something that's graded like your questions that they get right or wrong. It's just a discussion around the video. So before we were just putting these videos in there, hoping kids watch it. Remember, those analytics will tell you if they do watch that video that you've embedded, but it's also making them have discussion. You can prompt put questions in there, but you really want kids. You can tell them that you want them commenting or asking a question throughout the video. So we're going to go look at how to add a video to a page in your Canvas course. You're going to do this by going to the Rich Content Editor and then adding that video. So let's go back up here to our discussion page. So we're in a page. We're going to click Edit. Right, so you've added whatever you want, and I'm right at the point where I want to add a video in a page. So we're going to say we want to add this ecosystem video to the page. So remember, you've already done step one. You've already found your video. You've already uploaded it over here in Canvas Studio. And now I would like to put this video in a page. So we're at our apps, your little plug here. I want to go to Canvas Studio. You will see that it has all of your videos here, right? And you have the option when you select it, if I want my standard, that's just the video, or if I want the quizzes in here. Now, but remember, if I do it this way and I click my video quiz, they will have the questions there, but it will not go to Gradebook. If you want the quiz questions to go to Gradebook, that's got to be created as an assignment, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to do the standard embed here because I want my kids having discussion. So remember, we've uploaded the video. It's in Canvas Studio. I'm in my page here where I've clicked that plug, and that's all I want is the video in here embedded in where my students can have discussion online around that video. And you see it here. There's no comments yet. And for every video, remember, you have your insights here. You can edit your details so that your kids, this is pulling straight from YouTube, but you can edit any of that. And now you and your students can start leaving comments. So I am going to click Save. And now when we scroll down on this page, you see the ecosystem video, and it is ready to leave comments in that video.
Not too long ago, I was introduced to the concept of an ecosystem. And it changed.
Okay, now we're ready to go. And also I want you to know you can subscribe to comments. So if you want to be notified, receive an email when students comment here, you can subscribe or unsubscribe to those comments depending on your preferences. So remember, this is just online discourse discussion around a video that you have posted in a Canvas page. So we're good on discussion. We have added questions. So now let's talk about how to add that quiz we created to your course. So we're going to, let's say we're going to go to modules. And in my module, I'm ready to add an assignment. Oops, not a module, sorry. Add an assignment. So this is going to be ecosystem video quiz. Remember, your naming matters, so you don't want to just do video quiz over and over, because if you add that over and over in modules, but you're pointing at different video quizzes, it might pull the wrong one. So just make sure you're always very careful whenever you're naming your pages or assignments. And let's add that item. There it is at the very bottom. So I'm going to go into this video quiz page, click Edit. You can add your instructions. Complete those questions But down here where I do submission type, we're going to have external tool. You're gonna click find and come out here to Canvas Studio. And remember, you get to select your video here. But here, remember, standard embed is really what when you want a discussion, not graded. Here, we're saying in an assignment, I want it to be that ecosystem quiz. And I want you to know here, you can, if you see the drop down, you can go back to that same video and have different quizzes around the same video. So if I had multiple quizzes here, I could pick the quiz that I wanted and embed that video with the questions into that page. Make sure you do who you want to assign it to, what your due dates are. I'm just going to save it. Again, remember, for kids to see it, you will have to eventually publish this page. So what you see here, this is how it would look for your kids. When they come up on this page, they would see the instructions, answer the questions, whatever you have up there, and they will click Get Started.
Don't worry. Today,
until they get the quiz question. But I do want you to remember that we did not have up for the kids to be able to see where the questions are. So they have to watch them. The downside of that is that you can click around in that video and get to the end and they don't know how many questions there are. So they may not complete all the questions. So that's the pros and cons of not having that up there. So again, they can't jump to where it is, but then they also don't know how many questions they have to answer or if they are finished. So we're going to click continue and keep on moving. So again, you just got to weigh out if you want those questions in there. So that is your quiz feature. And then you as the teacher can see your quiz results once they are finished. Once your students go through there, you can see who's done it. You've got item analysis or individual student results for your quizzes, and it goes straight to gradebooks because we created it as an assignment. So let's go back and recap everything really quick. Canvas Studio adds audio or video, podcast or video. You can add it to a page to create a discussion, not graded. You can add questions to a video. If you create an assignment and add the video, those questions, the grades will go to gradebook. You don't have to. You can do it just to see what kids know. So you don't have to have it go to gradebook. So you can put it in a page and not be graded, or create an assignment if you want that to push out. You can annotate your video where it turns that screen black and adds something about vocab, but text and annotation there. And again, you have your analytics. So you can see those insights to see who's watching it for how long, toggle back and forth between individual students or whole class data. If you're adding it as a quiz, you've also got those analytics there to let you know those student scores and by item questions. And as always, please don't hesitate to reach out to the digital teaching and learning team if you have any questions, and some more things are coming later. So this is really about what you as the teacher can do. But in the beginning, we talked about that students and teachers can do this. So more's coming later about what your students can do. So have fun and get creating with Canvas Studio.